I just want to pass on a couple of stories that I thought were pretty good. The first time he came in the studio, he had Charlie and Andy with him. Unfortunately, I forget the bass player's name, but anyway, they came in, and Adolf was like this, like this. Come on, guys, let's go. Come on, let's go, let's go. So I'm getting the drums EQ'd, I'm getting the guitars EQ'd, and they go through a song. It's like 7 minutes long, and sounding pretty good. And when it was all over, Adolf I says, okay guys, you ready to do a take? And Adolf goes, what do you mean a take? That was it. Luckily, the only thing I missed was the very beginning of the song. So we faded it in, and you would never know. And he was a character, and he was a fast worker, and he was you think of punk music and you think, oh, it's all raw and it's all this. But he was a deep thinker, and he knew what he wanted from the time he came into that studio. And he was a great producer in that sense, that he could motivate the guys. Charlie was a great player, Andy was a great player, and they just gelled so well. The last thing I want to tell you, he brought a friend of his, Lumpy, who became a friend of mine. He brought him in to record a couple years ago because Adolf was starting to produce records and release records. And Adolf was one of these guys that he would make a deal with you, and when he said he was going to pay you $20 a week, he paid you $20 a week. He said he was going to pay you $100 a week, he did it. He never, ever went back on a deal. Okay? Never. He was always there. Well, this last time that he was putting a session together, he came in and he says, just keep the bill, and when it gets to $500, I'll pay you. Now, if this isn't Adolf, I don't know what is. So on the day that it came that he paid me in $2 bills. And I just looked and saw these $200 bills, and I go, what's this? He goes, it's your pay. And I tell you what, he was straight-faced as could be, but I know as soon as he turned his back, he laughed his ass off. And I went to Sears to pay a bill, they wouldn't take them. I went to Wise Supermarket, they wouldn't take them. I wound up having to take them to the bank to get my money. And so the next session rolled around, and I said, he says, well, when it gets up to where, I'll pay you. And I says, no $2 bills. And he goes, no, that joke's over. So that's Adolf, and I loved him like a brother. He was a great person to work with, and I feel sorry for anybody that never got to know him, because he was a great guy.
Here, here.
I have to say, one of his biggest fans and original drummer is Tommy over here videotaping, and I'm so glad. And I just have to tip my hat to Tommy Warner
For sure.
all of the support and everything. I mean, he came over to see him at the hospital, and I'm telling you what, man, it means everything to me, because we didn't think this was going to happen. I mean, I kind of knew, but I was pitching for, him to come home, and he didn't. But, that's why we're gonna keep going. We're not gonna stop, and we're not gonna stop just, if my kids say they want me to go out and do something, I'm gonna go. Well, last night they wanted me to go get crabs or something. And no, Friday night we were supposed to go to McFalls to get crabs, and I was like, or was it last night?
That was last night.
That was last night. Oh, Nina, you're supposed to be standing up here. Nina would be like, Nina, always Adolf's biggest fan. So what did you always say?
I always said, how's Adolf?
Yeah, she always, how's Adolf? Oh my God, my little girl. So I'm working the room here for a minute, okay? Bucky, I'm right here. This guy was the reason why we didn't hook up the first time. at the Marble Bar, right here.
I didn't know.
He had business to take care of. Yes, so that was not cool. And Robin, he was always talking about you.
Oh,
And,
oh,
you know, but you know.
I know. I will say one thing. Adolf Kowalski was one of the biggest assholes I've ever known.
Here.
Ross Cox was a kind and generous and intelligent guy. And they both supported me 100%. All of my music, all of my comedy, all of my art, and everything that I've ever done. And I love them both. So.
All right. And who else am I picking one? Mindy. I love you so much. She wouldn't look at me, that's why I gave her the mic.
Yeah, I should have known that. I met Adolf, like a lot of people did. I met him at Towson State University. And I just thought he was the most entertaining thing ever. Up to and including the time he tripped me and I fell on my face on the concrete floor of the student union. And then up to and including the time he set my effing hair on fire in the Marble Park. And we just thought it was the funniest thing. And this was the thing about this guy. He could get away with this crap, and I'll be damned if I know how it worked. But I'm gonna miss him so much. I'm just gonna miss him so much. That's all I have to say about that.
Okay, all right, thank you. Allison, the offspring, and yes, would you like to say something?
Well, I don't have anything prepared, but I'm very happy to see so many people here. Even though I don't recognize many of you, despite hearing my dad's music nearly every day of my life, I don't basically know most of the people who were involved. So thank you everybody for coming to appreciate his memory. I appreciate it a lot. That's all I've got.
Oh, that's cool. And I don't know. I think we're gonna wrap it up. I know we've got the cast of characters, the band members. The mic is open. Oh, Chief Joe. Band member.
Okay, so I was in band with Adolf, all about Susie. And we used to rehearse in our house in Laurel Park. Rose and I and Michelle just told Allison was a little baby rolling around there. I guess we did when we rehearsed. But we used to rehearse upstairs in our house, and we had a spare bathroom, which was where we put the litter box for the cats. So to make sure I told everybody, I said, look, you gotta go to the bathroom, you can use that bathroom and leave the door open so the cats go in and go to the bathroom. Well, one night after rehearsal, I came downstairs to my bedroom, and I get in bed, and the bed's all wet. The cat pissed in the bed. I'm pissed off, and I take the cat and rub its nose in it. Then the next day, I go upstairs, and I find that bathroom door was closed, and I felt horrible, because I reprimanded the cat, and she was just trying to tell me she couldn't go to her bathroom. So next time we had rehearsal, I told Adolf, I said, oh man, I told you don't close the bathroom door. I said, the cats need to get in there. The cat pissed in my bed. And he looked at me and he said, well, next time I'll cut out the middleman and I'll just piss in your bed. Miss you, Adolf.
Yay! Oh my gosh, Andy. Okay, Andy. I'm not picking on you, Charlie. I know you're not gonna get on my Ed. Oh, Rosie, I'm sorry.
I was fortunate enough to be in a band with Adolf for a little while, all about Susie. And it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun being in a band with him and Michelle, and I remember Allison too. But you know, he was such an odd guy because he had this alter ego, Ross Howe, you know. And so years after we were in a band together, I had this freelance gardening business, and he called me up and said, "Hey, we need a gardener at this church in Dundalk." And I'm like, "Okay." So he was running a daycare at this church in Dundalk, and I was so he hired me as the gardener for the church. So he was an unusual guy. I'm glad I got to know him. That's all I gotta say.
All right. I'm sorry, I was like spacing around. All righty. We're gonna bring a cake out. It doesn't have anything on it because I couldn't figure out what to say. Like, miss you? I don't know. But I'm just telling you what. This girl, I'm gonna give it to Patty because she's been through it with me. She cuts my hair, so she always got the dirt.
All I can say is I'm the biggest love for everybody I know. We talked about him, and I've loved him more than anything in the world. And I love Adolf too. I didn't know him as well as everybody, but definitely through the years when he was in all the bands and his craziness, and I just would rub it off and he'd say something like, "Show me your tits," you know, whatever, show me your song, I'll show you something.
Yeah.
But he was just like that. You just had to let it roll off and take him for what he was. I don't know. I love him.
Yes. All right.
Hi, everyone. Listen, after everybody speaks, I want to get a picture of only the bands, only the musicians that played with Adolf out in the hallway. Because I want to see how many of it.
Yeah.
You know. So if you were in a band, singer, you know, if you were in one of his many bands, you know, after this little speaking part of the party's over, let's all go out in the lobby. I want to get a picture. There's a wall out there we can all line up. No groupies, no roadies, no wives. You know what I mean? If I just want to see how many band members that he actually played in and put them all together. Maybe do a. And Tom, didn't you do a family tree?
I did.
Of the catatonics. That would be nice to post on Facebook.
Will do.
About all the different people that were involved. So, once again, lovely Patty. I love you. And here, it's all yours.
Yeah, I'm so glad we're gonna get that picture. It's gonna be cool. Oh my gosh.
Hello, who is honored to see Adolf's first gig? I was there. Tom, Katie, and Adolf were, I think, if I'm not mistaken, was Baltimore's first punk band.
Towson's.
And I didn't know yet, Oddfellows, I think it was, wasn't it?
Oddfellows.
Yeah, and there was Adolf standing up there. This is my Adolf story, because I had never seen this guy before. Standing there, 6'2", 100 pounds, in a pair of briefs with this huge strap on, singing the Who's My Genitalia. Rock on, Adolf, rock on.
Love that. Yeah, I got in trouble at work talking about that particular item. I was in the teller booth in the drive-thru. I didn't know I was being so loud. Woo!
That's right.
But,
You guys.
my neighbors could say that.
Yes, queen. I think
Looking up his neighbor.
So obvious.
I don't see her here.
A whole of a lot less pretentious. There you go.
No. Okay. Oh, okay, he's lying. Alright. Bring the cake out, Mom. Bring the cake out.
He's also a band member, and I just want to apologize to everybody, because Tom and I knew Adolf before he created Adolf. And so
Tom was a big part of that creation.
Don't blame me.
Oh, you were there. I apologize.
I can't repeat the stuff I know.
Ooh. We'll talk later. All right. I got it. Bethany, come here. You don't want to say anything?
It all was great. We had a lot of hard times and a lot of good times. And we fought. I told him, "You're not my father," many times, but I love him. And I'm gonna be here for my mom through all of it, no matter what.
Yes.
I love their love.
I had to get her in here. I don't know. I'm gonna cut the mic. We're gonna get back to the party. Oh wait, we got a hand up. Oh no.
Hi, I'm Joey. I'm the son-in-law. Every time that I would ever embarrass myself around Adolf, he would say that I just given him a new bit for his stand-up routine. My son-in-law, college boy. Ever tell you about the time my son-in-law, the college boy, slipped on a banana peel or something to that effect? I can't go into detail on most of them because most of them are not for polite company.
We're not polite company.
I'm still going to be judicious about this. I will happily share if anyone asks, but I'm going to be reserved and polite about it for now. But what I do want to say is that Ross and I didn't see eye to eye a lot of the times. I don't think he ever really liked me. There was one day, and this was probably the conversation that stuck with me the most out of everything that he ever said to me. One day, I believe it was about 1 in the morning, I was just hanging out at his home with who would eventually become my lovely wife. And I was only just starting college at the time, and he came up to me and he said that he wanted to know that I was going to take care of his daughter. He wanted to know, he said, "You don't have a plan, you don't even have a lie." And that was a bit hurtful because I did have a plan and it wasn't a lie. And thus far I've made good on my plan, or I've made as much progress as I figured I would by this point. I have my master's degree now in industrial psychology. So really it's just a matter of making it work, of actually finding a job with that, which shouldn't be too difficult. Like, I've never known myself to fail at anything I try. But the point of what I'm... Leave me alone.
You're so mean to me.
The point that I'm trying to make is that things are progressing as they should be, and I want Ross to know, I want Adolf to know, that his daughter is in good hands, and that she is happy, that she is provided for, and my life hand out.
Okay, Marty.
Okay. Yeah, I've got a lot of memories about Ross, but I think one of the big ones was the first time I ever saw him, and that, and it wasn't on the stage with the Schwango Maximo or whatever we would call it, the thing. It was we were hanging in the Glen. I used to go down there and smoke weed at Towson State all the time, right? So there was this one little shack there that we used to meet at, and Tom and Katie were there before they had maybe officially hooked up. Charlie Gatewood would show up looking like a hippie with a fringe leather suede jacket on, just come back from Austin, I think. And then this dude comes walking up, and I'm like, "Who's this guy?" And He was wearing double knit pants. He had flip-up sunglasses, right? And a black satin baseball jacket with white writing on it. I don't know what team it was or anything like that. And Tommy goes, "Oh, that's just Ross." And it was the start of an episode of my life, which I'm extremely proud to have participated in, even though it was a trifle decadent now and then. And this and that, I still derive a lot of personal importance from having participated in it. Of course, Ross is a really good, big part of that, and I consider him to be a really great friend. So I moved away, and I hadn't seen him a whole lot of them, but frankly, I did see him not all that long ago, so I'm very happy to do that. And I guess that's what I got to say.
And Marty, Marty was our projectionist at Oddfellows Hall when we showed the porno loops from the blog.
I had a projector.
Tommy, why don't you go ahead and say something? You were an original guy. Go ahead.
I was an original guy. I just want to say, yeah, I think it's been said, Adolf was like two people. There was Ross, who would, take a bullet for you. He was loyal to his friends. And then there was the character that he portrayed. And he portrayed it well, Adolf Kowalski. But without Adolf, look, he brought us together. Katie, Squeed, my wife here, Amy, came down to see the Catatonics at the Marble Bar, and we blew out the sound system, I think with Judy's fixation, so she ended up going out with Mark Harp, her first husband. But if not for going down to see Adolf, who was your classmate at Dundalk High School, finished, actually he skipped a grade, he was a smart guy, and he took Amy to her first concert, which was Kiss, her second, Queen, pretty good, and you knew him when he won the punk contest at the Civic Center for Best Punk Outfit. Adolf was the winner. He was a charming guy, and that's why I had to get out of the band, or I'd still be playing into my 60s, because he could charm you that way. But we loved him. What can I say? Thanks.
All righty, we got